Welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. A big thank you for the support you're granting this platform. Aden Duale was in the National Assembly today to answer questions from Kenyans and give details and submit documents on the ongoing setting up of the Ebola isolation or quarantine center in the Laikipia military airbase. The arrogance I have witnessed today is a show on how power gets into the heads of leaders. They forget that those positions they are holding those positions on behalf of the 50 million Kenyans. They forget that they are custodians in those positions. When you elect a member of parliament, he is your representation. We can't all of us go to sit to the National Assembly. We choose one person as a representation. Aden Duale is a cabinet secretary in the executive, an extension of the representation from the president. The president is employed by the people. And so, you cannot as a leader dismiss in its entirety views from the people which you lead. You can't tell us that Aden Duale as an individual, you can be right, but millions of Kenyans be wrong. Over 50 million Kenyans, over 50 million brains, including doctors, and those who have gone to school, those who have not gone to school. You can't tell me that 50 plus million Kenyans are wrong and it's only you as an individual who is right. Can we listen to Aden Duale?
We are doing assessment of these sites in the following counties. And Honorable Speaker, under the Public Health Act, we don't need to do public participation. We are not going to consult citizens. Even members of parliament here, when they fall sick, they rush to their doctor to make sure they get the best treatment. So this epidemic does not require any consultation. Tomorrow, God forbid, if Ebola is found in this country, this house will call me back here to this chair to ask me why are Kenyans dying. So before Kenyans die, before Kenyans are infected, we as a government have a moral, constitutional responsibility to protect both Kenyans and other people who are non-Kenyans who live within our border or who transit within our country. We are doing assessment of these sites in the following counties. And Honorable Speaker, under the Public Health Act, we don't need to do public participation. We are not going to consult citizens. Even members of parliament here, when they fall sick, they rush to their doctor to make sure they get the best treatment. So this epidemic does not require any consultation. Tomorrow, God forbid, if Ebola is found in this country, this house will call me back here to this chair to ask me why are Kenyans dying. So before Kenyans die, before Kenyans are infected, we as a government have a moral, constitutional responsibility to protect both Kenyans and other people who are non-Kenyans who live within our border or who transit within our country.
You get the tone. Yani, angalia mtu vile anaongea. Maringo. Majivuno. Yani, anasema, we do not need public participation from Kenyans. We do not need. But the same Aden Duale said, when Uhuru signed this document in 2015, it went, alieleza vizuri, akasema, it went through public participation, it went through the National Assembly approvals, it went through relevant committees. Yani, Duale alieleza vizuri akasema wakati Uhuru Kenyatta alisign ile cooperation yake between America and Kenya, alijisemea mwenyewe akasema it went through all the procedure, na akazitaja, akasema public participation, akasema National Assembly, akasema relevant committees, aliongea. But the question I'm asking, why does William Ruto's 2025 December agreement does not want to be subjected into the correct procedures? Because the 2015 constitution under which Uhuru Kenyatta signed that document is the very, very same constitution that William Ruto signed in 2025. Kama ya Uhuru Kenyatta ilienda through the parliamentary procedures, why does Duale think kwamba ya William Ruto haitakuwa subjected to parliamentary approvals? Kenyans of goodwill, we have leaders who are full of arrogance. We have leaders who want to be dictators. Yani, wanataka kile wamesema kifanyike. Hawataki kile Wakenya wanasema kisikizwe. So Duale wants to tell us Uhuru was so stupid to subject his agreement to parliamentary approval, but William Ruto is so wise to delete Kenyans and the National Assembly from the agreement. Duale alieleza, na nirudie kwa wale mlimiss that clip. Duale alisema in 2015 Uhuru Kenyatta signed a cooperation between the United States and Kenya. That is how to mitigate disease threats, infections, etc. Wakaelewana. The agreement, according to Duale, and he explained, went through the necessary parliamentary approvals, including public participation. Na alitaja agreement ya Uhuru expired in, I'm quoting what Duale said today in the National Assembly. Agreement ya Uhuru Kenyatta, it expired in 2022 after 7 years as per how it was signed. Because it expired, William Ruto revived it in 2025 December and signed a new agreement, but here William Ruto, it never went through public participation like the one for Uhuru. It never went through necessary parliamentary approvals like the one for Uhuru. Now Duale has the guts to stand and tell us there is no need for us to hold a public participation. Hi! The audacity. What? God bless you. See you in the next episode. Asanteni sana.